Hi y'all, I'm back on my bullshit. And a lot of times, on social media, you see a lot of negative things, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about something positive. I'm gonna share with y'all 10 green flags, because we always talking about red flags. So 10 green flags that are good to notice when you are in a relationship with somebody, or about to be in a relationship with somebody, or getting to know somebody.
Green light.
1, effort. I love me some effort. Effort shows that you are committed. Effort shows that you are determined. Effort shows that you give a shit. Effort shows that you care. That's effort. Effort is if I say, I feel like we don't go out enough, and you could be broke, but you say, let me plan something for us to do publicly, since she feels like we don't go out enough. And it could be something like a picnic or something. Boom, that's effort. Or she's told me I don't compliment her enough, so you write down this detailed compliment for her and you leave it on her door before she goes out to work. That's effort. That's effort. Or simply just doing the best that you can under whatever circumstances. Just doing the best that you can for the relationship. Being the best person you can be for the relationship. All of that is effort and commitment. And that's always a sign. That's always a go. That's always a green light. Number 2, consistency. Consistency is everything. Consistency and effort is tied into each other. I feel like when you consistently communicate, which is my third point, that is a green light. When you are consistent with how you treat her or him, that's a green light. When you are consistent with talking to them, when you are consistent with your respect for them, when you are consistent positively, that is a good sign. Communication, I just said it ties in. If y'all are having a problem, y'all work through it. Or if you not gonna be able to talk to that person a lot that day, hey babe, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you like this, but I'm thinking about you, send a text message. Just communication. Let a person know what's going on. Let a person know what's on your mind. Let a person know if you're not gonna be available from time to time. Let a person know your schedule. Just let a person that you're dating have that communication with them, so it won't be any open-ended questions or overthinking going on the other person's part.
He makes my brain feel good. He makes my heart feel good.
Number 4, really wanting to get to know a person. Actually, yeah, that's number 4. Really wanting to get to know a person. I just watched the GQ quiz with Carl and Jordan, and when he was telling the story, when he was answering the questions, he knew all of the little details and the stories behind the answer. And when you're interested in really getting to know someone, it shows. Not just, what's your favorite color, but like actually knowing, like, okay, this is why you are, or actually interested in how their day went, interested in getting to know their family or their coworkers or their friends or whatever, interested in getting to know why they do that little thing that they do before they go to work, or why they are the way, why do they use this word instead of that word. Genuinely interested in getting to know that person and why they are the way that they are. That's always a green freaking light. Reliability. When you are dating somebody and they're dependable, let's say you got a flat tire and you do not have AAA.
Someone help me! I have a flat tire!
And they come through, You know, dating somebody that you can really call on if you're in distress, even if it's something as simple as like needing someone to vent to. They're not going to tell you, you know, they're not going to shut you down. They're not going to be like, I don't even want to talk about that right now. Like, we need to talk about something else. You always complaining. Like, no, they're going to be a listening ear if they can at that time. You know, somebody that is reliable emotionally, mentally, physically, all of that. Number 6, healthy hobbies. I think this one gets skipped over a lot, but healthy hobbies are important because they're a part of who you are. So if you're dating somebody and they have healthy hobbies, like, more than likely you're gonna have healthy hobbies too if y'all continue to date, because I'm sure at some point you're gonna be sharing activities with each other. So if they like to work out, guess who's gonna be working out at some point with them, even if it's not consistently. But you know, if they give back to the community, guess who might be intrigued with giving back to the community. I'm back to the streets. You know, healthy hobbies are good for them, and they can potentially be good for you as well. Practices self-care. Number 7, practices self-care. This is important because people like to date people that are attractive, right? Like, that's common sense. Like, that's the first thing we see, we notice if we're attracted to that person. So that like gravitates us towards them. But people don't think about like self-care. So this person might seem attractive off rip, but do they really take care of themselves? Like, do they eat well? Do they have like good morning rituals? Do they talk to themselves positively? Like, how do they treat themselves? Because if they can't even treat themselves good, they can't treat you good. So if they do treat themselves well, then they allow that positivity, and they allow strong boundaries. Because if they are talking to themselves nice and you can't talk to them nice, then they're gonna cut you off. So they oftentimes have strong boundaries, and they oftentimes know how to treat other people well because they treat themselves well. So self-care is great, because if you don't love you, then I can't do it.
What the hell we gonna do now?
I can't love you, because I'ma love you and you don't love you. That don't even make sense. Don't drag me into this nonsense. Number 8, accountability for their actions. If you know that song by Blast, I hold you accountable for your actions, that always made me think of my close friend, because she will tell me about myself. But anyways, accountability for their actions. Nobody wants to date somebody that's the victim all the time. Nobody wants to date somebody that doesn't see their wrongdoings. Nobody wants to date somebody that is self-centered and acts like they're not human, and that their boo-boo doesn't stink. Like, nobody wants to date somebody that cannot be accountable for their actions. It shows immaturity. It shows a lack of self-awareness, and that is just unattractive, and a relationships can't last like that. Let's just keep it a stack. Number 9, does what they say they're gonna do. This is, I guess, part of being reliable. Yeah, you want to date somebody that does what they say they're gonna do, because if you didn't do it, you're technically a liar now if it becomes a thing. So who wants to date a liar? But yeah, you want to date somebody that does what they say they're gonna do, or you're gonna be in for a whirlwind of disappointment, and we can't stand on that. Number 10, last but not least, somebody that can disagree respectfully. A lot of the times people use their anger as an excuse for why they said this or why they did that in a disrespectful way, and honestly, that doesn't fly. That is not a green light if they can't apologize, and if they can't disagree respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, just because we're having a disagreement, that doesn't mean you have to yell at me. Just because we're having a disagreement, that doesn't mean we have to even agree. We can respectfully disagree. You know, you can respect my opinion, I can respect your opinion, and we can still have a healthy relationship and go about our merry way. Or we can cut it off right then, and it still doesn't have to be disrespectful. So yeah, those are 10 green flags that I think are stuff to look out for, you know. We get so caught up in looking for red flags all the time and focusing on the negatives that we don't even see the positives sometimes. So, and you know, it's just a little friendly reminder to know when you got a real one on your side. Period. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and God bless.